Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everyone. Welcome back to another Conceptis Puzzles stream, or portion of the stream. I'm your host, Strange Road Gem, and today we're going to continue where we last left off with the, finishing off the Link-a-Pix, and then we'll get started on the Block-a-Pix puzzles. So, but before we get into that, I just want to make a, quick statement here. Um, it is currently November 5th, 2024. It is the national election. So, um, if you're currently watching this and you live on the East Coast, then I say stop watching me. Go out to your voting place and vote if you haven't already. Get in line because, um, once those polls close, you can't vote, you know. So you have to be in line in order for your vote to count there, folks. So go ahead and do so if you haven't already. So please do so. Um, now I won't say whom. I don't want to outright like influence anybody. I voted who I believe, you know, should lead. Um, it shouldn't really matter. Um, like I don't want to influence anybody. Okay. I want people to come up with their own decisions along those lines. Now, I had hope that people would vote one way over the other. Um, you know, and hell, you probably, if you follow me, on X, you probably see, you know, um, just from my likes alone, how, where my mentality stands on that. But again, I'm not going to outright, you know, um, oh, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, you have a lot of influencers out there that are already kind of endorsing, right? And, you know, um, and hey, it's their right to endorse. That's perfectly fine. You know, you endorse one candidate, you endorse another candidate, whatever. Okay. Um, so, um, I just don't necessarily want people to get too up in arms about it. Like I don't, it's unfortunate that politics has become so divided because people just can't they go for the extreme negatives lately, and it's so unfortunate that we've gotten to this point in here in the States. Um, so um, in some ways, I'm kind of, you know, it's worrisome to me if I were to try to, endorse because, I don't have I don't necessarily have any kind of like, security guards or anything along those lines protecting me from anybody that might go, "You're voting for this person? How dare you? Here's a pipe bomb," or some crap like that, right? Um, so it's kind of a scary time nowadays in certain ways. So um, people are getting so agitated. Language is being used that you know um, is should be very concerning for everybody, but some people are actually applauding. So it's Um, so it is a bit concerning on my end. Um, you know what? Fuck it. Um, I voted Democrat all the way down. Okay, all the way down the ballot, Democrat all the way. Okay. Now there might there might be some good Republicans out there. Okay. Um, there might be some decent ones out there. I mean, there's still some that are actually fighting against what the party has become. Okay. And I applaud those individuals for trying to fight against the organization. But the Republican Party, in my view, is basically long dead. It has changed into something a lot more horrific than the Republican Party um, that was. So um, so in my personal view, I feel like the Republican Party, the conservatives that actually want to hold to their conservative values and stuff like that, that might not necessarily totally agree with the Democratic side. I get that. It's okay to have disagreements when it comes to policy. Okay. For the most part, you know, once it starts getting in the way of someone's rights, then you got issues. Um, but um, the Republican Party, as it stands right now, has turned into something a lot darker than than what it once was, and um, so you know, I feel for anybody that is or was a Republican that you know that they're kind of fighting against their own party nowadays. I feel that. But the problem is that they can't be Republican anymore, in my opinion. Okay, you have to get rid of that element that has basically plagued the Republican Party. That little fascist um, mindset that has infiltrated the party. That has to be removed, or just another party needs to be established. That's how I view it. Um, so sorry to say, but it's I can't you know like that I might have if things were different, if things weren't as divided as it is kind of thing, then I might have actually like tried to look at certain candidates, what they hold to, what they view, how they go about their mentality for the office that they're going for. Okay. But nowadays, I can't trust that. Not on the Republican side anyway, because you have Republicans that, flip flop, you know, almost immediately. It's, yeah, it's yikes. Um, prime example is the JD Vance. So, um, prime example right there. So yeah, I mean, I I vote Democrat. Okay, so it was Democrat pretty much down the ballot. Okay, no, not pretty much. It was down the ballot. No, pretty much about it. It was all the way down. Okay. Um. So, but here's the thing. That was my vote. No one, I'm not saying to follow my vote. Research the candidates that you have in your neck of the woods, you know, see who your candidates are, see who you want to vote for, and vote. That's it. You know, I mean, if you wanted to vote for Trump, I don't know why, personally. I, um, he has no regard for anybody other than himself. So, I don't know why you would ever want to vote for a man like that. Okay. Um, so, but that's my opinion. Um, but I mean, if you still voted for him, then hey, that's your vote. You know, um, you still exercised your American duty by going out and voting. So I'll applaud you for that one. So, but that's it. That's my box. I'm stepping off of it now. So apologies for anybody that was coming into this video hoping, straight for Conceptus, but I wanted to kind of put that out there. So, we'll see what happens. But, um, you know, the polls will go through after a while, so I'm not gonna. There's no point in me like trying to look at the news like on a constant basis right at this moment in time. What will happen will happen. So let's get started on the Link-a-Pix. So let's finish this off, shall we? Enough talking about politics. Let's get into the Link-a-Pix. So, alright, here we go. So, hmm. I'm gonna kind of lean towards maybe something like that. Fill in all the spaces. Okay, looking good so far. Okay. Be good. Yep. Okay. Okay. Not sure. That. Obviously, the fives are like that. Seven is like so. Okay. 10. Let's do the five like that, and then we got their eight like so. Five like that. Nine like so. And 11 that, and then of course our six. That work? That works. Alright. see, what about our 17 here? I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to get because we need the 5s like that. 4s we're going to put up like so. Do 8 up there like that, and then we'll do the 8 here. Okay, looking good so far. Now there's quite a bit of like um, guessing right about now. Okay, in a way. I mean, um, there's ways that I'm kind of moving the um, moving everything around, um, and you know, now I can't say like, oh yeah, I was definitely seeing this. It's more along the lines of um, the there's some of these numbers where it's like I'm not quite sure um, if they need to be placed like in a different spot, if there's like some additional spaces that are white around here that need to be left blank. I don't really know. Like for example, this one right here, I could do something like that and leave this section white, right? But I don't know. It could be that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to put it like this because I'm making the assumption that there's no additional white anywhere else, but you know, I can't, it's not a definitive um it's not definitive, so okay. Or it's maybe going out here a little bit. Not sure if this is correct. Okay. Could put together right here like that. Then tie these together. You know what? Actually, I kind of have to do that because think of it this way. Um, let's say I have to move this over here to try to connect with this 15, right? Well, that blocks off this 10, so can't really do that. You know, this one can't reach all the way over here anyway. So, um, and we need room for this 10 to, connect with this other 10, right? So yeah, those need to be merged. Um, that work? Okay, that is fine. Okay. And there, and then we got our 7. Alright. I mean, this is supposed to be an easy one, but you know, there's a little bit of elements in there that were like, it's not as easy as they make it sound. So, alright. Well, that one's done. Now we move on to our medium plus one. So, um, this one is going to take a while. So, go ahead and make it available for everybody to see. There we go. Alright. We got some yellow in there again. God damn it. They're hard to see. I mean like a black border around the numbers or something like that. Care of all the ones, obviously, because those are the easiest to deal with. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I just got that apparently. Three. Three. Excuse me. can't do the 3 there, so there's there. There, 3's there, 2's there. Five. Actually, don't know if it goes down or not, so we'll have to leave it at that for right now. Okay, the 6 is there for right now. Could be here, could be there, don't really know. Just have to leave it at that. 5 goes up 4. Enough room for a straight shot, so got ourselves a rectangle then. There, 2 done. Okay, is that like that? 5 has to go up there. 2 there. That. Of course, the 9 can't go vertical or horizontal, so it has that to kind of work with. So there, 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 3, 2, 2, 2. And doesn't really have much room to work with there, so 7 like that. Has that to work with. 4 can only do that. 14 can't really do anything here, so it has to basically be that. There. see. Trying to see what else I can do right at the moment. Okay, this 5 has to go down that. Six is like so, 3 is like so. I can't do that, so 2 there. There. Okay, 6 can't come out like that, so it has to do that, which that 5. 6 can't go out like that, so hmm. Can't do that. Can't do that. The only option. 5. Hmm. Okay, 3 has that, which means this 4 can only do that. Hmm. Okay. This 8 has to come up at least 7 times. This 6 has to come up at least 5 times. Can't do anything else there, though. Not yet, anyway. And obviously, for anybody that is wondering, stay hydrated. Get yourself a snack. Get yourself some water. You know, eat a regular course meal if you need to. Alright. Uh, hmm. 3 minutes into this, and having a little bit of a hard time trying to see, like, some of the, obviously there's still some relatively easy ones out there. You know, like it can't really go anywhere else but that one particular shape. But um, like for example, the six. There's no other way for it to go. Same with this four because that two goes up like that, and well, that four has nowhere else to go. So there you go. So um, yeah. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Save the rest for tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna close that down for right now. I was having a hard time um, keeping track of everything, so I'm just kind of save it for now, save it for next time. So um, we'll continue the rest of the Conceptus next stream. Um, so apologies to anybody that didn't wasn't necessarily expecting the political soapbox at the very beginning of the stream, but I figured I'd say my piece about it. So, so which, you know, how, how I vote, but you know, that shouldn't influence how you want to vote. Okay. Like I said, you know, check out your local, um, you know, uh, who's running in your local area, who you want to support, on the national level, and go out and vote. Okay, you know, in the, I've seen another thing that I want to kind of say here a little bit. Okay, I've seen these videos about, you know, people that are like on, um, hey, I don't vote. My voting doesn't matter. You know, we're just gonna get screwed over. Um, either way, it's like, and that's really kind of an unfortunate, unhealthy look on the overall politics. Now, no, don't get me wrong, okay? Um, like George Carlin, for example, he said that he never voted, or he maybe he stopped. Maybe he did vote initially, but he stopped. Okay. Um, and before his, you know, and he didn't want to, you know, he didn't really like the choices, I guess, that people were coming up with. But here's the thing, okay? Um, there's gonna be things that come on your ballot, you know, like even if it's things like on the national level where you feel like, oh my gosh, my vote's not gonna matter, right? Um, if you want to hold to that ideal, that's fine, okay? But here's the thing. Most likely your ballot is going to have other people that are going to be running, you know, um, mayor, judges, um, school district, sheriffs, what have you, right? There's your ballot might have a lot on it concerning multiple candidates out there that are not national. They're very much local to your area, okay? And there might be some policies that are being put forward that might change, the, how the local, city or, how your local area handles certain subject matters, or might try to handle like how things are done. Well, guess what? While that, you know, while if you want to think that your vote doesn't matter on the national, fine, whatever. That's your choice. But at least take the time to make sure that you vote for your local, okay? Because there might be some policies in there that you don't necessarily agree with. Study them and vote for them. Be smart about this, because if it's for something that could, you know, like harm citizens, in some way, then your vote definitely does matter in those local areas. You know, um, so you know, put your vote towards those that you feel will, um, you know, hold to the American ideals, at least, for the most part. At least try to, anyway. So, you know, please do so. You know, would love to hear people in my community basically say, "Yep, I went out, I voted, got the job done." You know, here's my sticker. Kind of thing. So, um, so, um, voting should matter. Okay. If you feel like, here's another thing. Okay. If you feel like a candidate's doing a crappy job, then either help try to find a candidate that will, you know, that has a that um, that can go against that particular person, you know. But Trump ain't it, that's for sure. Sorry, that's that's my bias coming through. That's my opinion going through. So, um, but here's the thing, you know, some people are putting their own, um, you know, some people are using fear to vote or get themselves to vote one particular way. There's people that are using religious reasoning to try to justify them hurting others, and it's never been good. So, um, so you know, a simple vote is just that, simple. You know, find out, find out who you want to vote for, find out what platforms they stand upon, how they approach, you know, you know, being American, and go out and vote. You know, you don't have to circle the, you know, or fill in the bubbles for the national if you don't want to. But although if you don't, you're you're just letting other people kind of talk for you, and I hope that you understand what that could mean. So that's all. You know, vote for your the representative that you want to have represent you, and you better hope that they are saying exactly what you want to say. At least try, you know, or at least you know try to say as much as close to you as you can. It's obviously you know can be very difficult because everybody's unique and different. So, but still, all right. That's it. We're gonna go ahead and close down our Conceptus. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Check out the links and in the description for Discord, Patreon, and Throne. Check out the link to the stream team, Team Robot. Uh, Looking for streamers and non-streamers alike to join, so check that out if you're interested. But that is going to be it for tonight. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hope I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And go vote. And I'll catch you all next time. Stopping recording.